Yeah, I know my room looks a hot mess, but I've been sick, so deal with it. But One Piece Chapter 1072 review, let's get into it. It's titled The Weight of Memory. The cover page, it has Caesar, it has Queen, and it has Judge. They're working on something for Mad. Caesar is holding what appears to be an artificial like devil fruit. Not necessarily a smile. I don't really know. Well, I know what the difference is, but we know that Vegapunk, I'm sorry, that they successfully were able to recreate Zone Devil Fruits, and Caesar, he was working on smiles with Kaido. So there's that. There's Queen. He has some beakers, I think, or there might not be beakers. I don't know. I haven't taken chemistry since, honestly, I think I was in the 10th grade, right? So, but they're just doing different things, experimenting, creating new weapons. But let's get into the chapter. Like I said, I want to apologize. I had the flu. I'm very sick right now. So if I'm coughing or, there's a lot of edits, a lot of pauses in the middle of stuff like that, it's because, well, I'm dying. No, I'm just kidding. But I am sick. But I did want to read something that, I guess the thing that started the chapter off with, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later where I see fit, but I'm going to read it for you guys. It says, even if the world does not accept how she came to be, the girl is unmistakably human. It was a success. I bear witness to this achievement, and I maintain that it is a huge step towards world peace. I think that's very important because I think that person can either be one or two people. The second person I'll say towards the end of the video, but number one, I think Boney, specifically because of everything that's happening between her, Kuma, and Vegapunk, and how Boney, she's for a couple chapters now. Yeah, I want to say for Boney to be a pirate, and I know she's trying not to kill him so she can get information out of him, but she freaking sucks at trying to capture this man. It took her like 3 chapters to finally get Vegapunk, and Vegapunk's old. This man's old with a big old head. Granted, I guess you could say he is a genius, so he could probably think of different ways to outmaneuver her, but she was chasing after this man for so long. She even had to use trickery. I guess Vegapunk didn't know what her devil fruit could do, but she had to turn to an infant, start crying, and Vegapunk went to go after her and try to, call a nurse or a doctor or a medic in order to heal her, and then he ended up, falling for that, and Boney went ahead and, turned him to a child. I thought that was funny. But I also want to mention, right, for Vegapunk to be so worried about her as like a child and not attacking back or anything like that with all the machines and stuff around him, you would think that if you're a Boney, you would think that, maybe this guy is telling the truth or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like it's a little dumb. Like, I understand that she wants her father back and, that Vegapunk was the man to do something to him. But yeah, for him not to fight back, I feel like Boney's being a little dumb. I will say that a young child or a kid Vegapunk, very cute, not gonna lie, but apparently Boney heard devil fruit that it works on living and non-living objects. However, for living objects, they turn back to normal after a few minutes. Now, she's like, yo, what the fluff has happened to my father? And, he's like, well, okay, well, I can't really tell you. However, and Boney's like, well, I don't care. You're going to tell me. And then we cut to Kuma. He's climbing the red line, and we wonder what he's doing. Now, granted, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's trying to go back to there because that's where Saba was and everything that happened with the revolutionaries going against the Celestial Dragons and the Admirals, or if he's there because of something that happens a little bit later in the chapter. I'm not really sure. And the reason why that Vegapunk can't tell Boney what all happened with the Kuma interaction is because he promised Kuma that not to tell her. And I wonder why Kuma... I'm not gonna hold you with the whole running around and all this mystery and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I am interested in what's going on with Kuma and Boney and stuff like that. And Kuma's an interesting character with the whole revolutionaries, with what he did with the Straw Hats and different things, right? And especially what he's doing now, right? I'm tired of having to retake this stuff, so I'm trying to do it in one go. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm not really as interested anymore as I used to be, because I feel like this is kind of dragged on a little bit. But maybe that's just me. Like I said, my interest was was probably like an 8 or 9. Now it's about like a 5. Like, all right, once I find out, I'll be happy, and maybe we'll find that out in the next chapter. Boney, she then sees a door with a paw print on it, and Vegapunk's like, oh, that obviously has nothing to do with Kuma. And Boney's like, shut the fluff up, ninja. She uses this her devil fruit, and she says oil breakdown, where she ends up breaking, I guess you could say breaking down, rusting, and breaking the panel that leads to opening the door. So probably in order to age stuff, whatever is the natural thing that ages it, that's upwards, that's what she can do. And whatever, I guess, turns it, I don't want to say makes it more youthful, I don't really know what word to use. She can probably do that as well. But then we cut to seeing this big old paw print, which reminds me of the paw print of taking Luffy's pain, which I'll talk about a little bit later in this chapter. We cut to the flashback, and then we see how Vegapunk and Kuma, that they're interacting, where he's trying to get a little bit of a better understanding of Kuma's power, where I mentioned earlier about Luffy taking Zoro taking Luffy's pain, and how he's able to transfer pain, take it out into an intangible form, and transfer to others. We've seen that happen, and he basically says it has something to do with the transmission of nerve signals, and he's saying, hey, he wonders if that could apply to images, imagination, or memories as well. And he's like, yo, do you mind, Kuma, if you were to, use your memories, and, can we test it out? He's like, please, it's for science. And Kuma's like, bruh, shut the fluff up. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if he's saying not to touch it because it's actually pain, or the memories that's Kuma's memories that is there, and that they're going to be painful memories. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't know, Kuma, he's currently fighting right now, and I don't know if he won't feel pain because the pain is transferred there, or like I said, if those are just painful memories. But she's like, yo, I know my father's his powers all too well, and Boney goes to touch it. We cut to the Straw Hats and CP0, and it's a 2-on-7, right? Originally they thought it was going to be a 2-on-3 or a 2-on-2 with Brook and Zoro versus CP0, but then the Seraphims, they ended up going on CP0's side, so they're like, alright, that might be a little bit too much for them to handle. And I find that funny because, Zoro, he always talks about how he's worth 2,000 men and all of that. So they're too much for it. All of them combined are too much for him, unfortunately. And so I find it funny that Lilith and I think Edison, like, they're going after and trying to stop the Seraphims and try to gain back control. And Sanji's just like, Mosshead, you're about to croak with Luffy, becoming the king of the pirates and the One Piece in sight. And Nami's like, what the fuck are you doing? You get down there and help him too. And he's like, alright, he said, I'll do it for me Seraphim or me Raphim or something like that. He made like a Seraphim joke just based off of what Nami said. And then he's like, well, why do I have to help him? And Frankie's like, shut the fuck up and just go help. I just find that hilarious. Now, I don't know how I feel about this one specifically, but apparently, I guess when he was in his lobby, he just ate the fruit, but at the same time, it's a giraffe fruit. There's nothing special about it, but Kaku appears to be awakened, an awakened zone devil fruit user, and it looks like similar to Lucci's, how Lucci's hair from like the leopard fruit, it like had like flames kind of to it, I guess. It's black and white, so you can't really, that's how manga is, so the colors, you will have to wait for the anime version to come out. Or I guess you could say like official artwork or official figurines. But Kaku, I guess you could say, is black, or whatever color it was in the anime version. I think it was brown, that his hair was, but it's flowing, right? And he uses a nose gun, and it's stronger than his previous I guess nose pistol was. But Zoro, he's like, alright, I experienced all this in Wano, right? I'm kind of tired of it. And he ended up sending Kaku smack to the ground. And then we cut to Rob Lucci. He gives the orders to the Seraphim. He's like, alright, destroy the laboratory. And they did it. And Nami and Usopp are there, along with other members as well. And Vegapunk and some of the paths of Vegapunk are there as well. So they're taking cover. And I find it funny because there's somebody that ends up sneaking up on Kaku, bites him, and then he passes out or gets knocked out or gets put to sleep. And Lucci's like, "What are you doing, Stussy?" I was like, "Huh." Because they had wings, like devil wings. I thought it was Nico Robin. I was like, "Okay, Robin, what you doing?" But apparently, Stussy is the first successful Mads Unit 1 clone, right? And it's a clone of Miss, it's a form of the Stussy from the Rocks Pirates. I find that really interesting because she's like, "All right, I'm putting you to sleep too." So that means Stussy was, I'm gonna say, like a triple agent, I guess, and she's really working for Vegapunk, maybe. And so when I read that quote earlier, right, I was like, huh, it could either be for Boney, you know, or it could be because, you know, of all the secrets and stuff like that, or it could be Stussy because she's actual clone, and, you know, Vegapunk was like, no matter who you are, you will always be considered human, and, you know, because, you know, she has horns and is a clone, you know, she's a little crazy. So I don't know who they're talking about in that quote. Also, I saw some people were like, yo, maybe this is a clone of Weevil, his mother, that old hag, ugly hag. If this is what she looked like young, I can understand why who ended up having Weevil. But, you know, I don't know, I was not expecting this, right? But I didn't really care for Stussy that much, or anybody in CP0 aside from Lucci. This is pretty interesting. But let me know how you guys felt about One Piece chapter 1072 in the comment section below. I want to apologize. I'm going to try my best to edit out as much as like coughing and, you know, stoppage and stuff like that. Like I said, I did have the flu. I still do have it. I'm still not the best, but we're pushing through, right? I'm going to try to do a One Piece reaction video. What's day? Today's Thursday, so for Saturday going on Sunday, which is when I usually upload, I'll try to do it then. Hopefully I'm feeling much better then. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.